What are the Alouettes doing? Welcome to Focus. My name is Ray Lalonde, frequent collaborator on RDS and across Quebec on Cogeco Radio. I'm a sports business analyst and keynote speaker with 32 years in the sports industry. And this is Focus, my daily podcast that deals with the business of sports. Here we go. The Montreal Alouettes have sank to the deepest levels of the CFL. And fans are still supporting the team and being patient. But what about all these recent personnel moves? And why do we care about this? The Alouettes were 3-15 in 2017, and they're 3-12 again this year. They have the worst scoring defense in the CFL. They've allowed 448 points. They have the worst offense, having scored 253 points. Nothing is working with this current team. They made a big early to mid-season trade to get Johnny Manziel, get some excitement going, but they traded away talent and depth. And Johnny Manziel is progressing, and the team is showing signs of progressing offensively, but they're losing every game. This week, they traded Chris Ackie, Philip Blake, Patrick Lavoie to a combination of Saskatchewan and Ottawa. They're basically in the middle of a garage sale, and you got to wonder why. Because some of these guys, Chris Ackie, for example, is a very talented football player. They're 1-7 at home this year. They give away thousands of tickets and devalue the product. They're going to miss the playoffs for the fourth straight year. They basically hit rock bottom. Now, how did this happen? And why is it not being fixed? The issue with the Alouettes relates to value, credibility, authenticity, the offer, and the experience. Right now, fans don't believe that the Alouettes matter. Right now, the CFL is looking at the Alouettes and laughing their way up the standings while they deep dive at the bottom of the cellar and can't figure out how to get out of there. And they make these moves on the football side that make you wonder, why are they letting go of all of this talent? Why are they mixing a combination of future draft choices and giving up so soon? There are 3 games left this year. They're out of the playoffs, as I mentioned, but they've basically given up, waving the white flag. So you have to question the leadership. You have to question the general manager. You have to wonder what's going on for them to say to people, it doesn't matter, there's only one more home game, we don't care. Because that's the message I'm reading out of this. If you don't have a vision that can be applied and the experience to lead a team forward towards the future, you're not going anywhere. Sports teams are not toys. When you don't have the tools and the experience to run a team, it's not so simple to run a team. It's easier to be a part of a group of people in an organization, an employee, a salaried person, a part of a puzzle. But when you have to run the team, drive the vehicle, lead the organization, and you're not equipped and you don't have the tools, well, the rest of the league eats you up. Teams can be turned around. Coaches, GMs, presidents can make a difference. They can also be the source of the problem. But it's a question of relevancy. Today, the feeling in this market is that the Alouettes don't even matter. Nobody cares. Certainly not the casual sports fan. And that's the worst situation to be in, when people don't even talk about you. They don't even talk about the losses. They just don't talk about you. And the final question for me is, how long is this going to last before ownership gets involved, puts the right people in place, or sells the team? The beauty of sports is there's always a new season. It can bring hope, aspiration. You're 0-0 when you start a season. But it can also bring disappointment. You can also discourage people. And one thing's for sure is that the off season in the CFL is so brutally long. You're done at the end of October for a team that doesn't make the playoffs. So you don't play for November, December, January, February, March, April, May. You start in June, about 8 months away. You got all those 8 months to dwell on this, and it's long. And you've got to try to generate and activate business to keep this team relevant and interested. And you got to get people to commit money and time and emotional attachment. And that's not happening. A record of 3-15 followed by 3-12. You win one game at home. That's not going to do it. Trading away talent and players. The media's questioning the judgment to release players and get rid of them and make all these changes. I don't know that they have the right people in place. And that's a real question because that needs to be fixed and changed soon. Everybody wants the Alouettes to be successful. Everybody wants to be positive. But you got to proceed now and make those moves, and that is on ownership. You're listening to Focus. Follow me on Twitter at @RealRayLalonde. Share the podcast with others and friends, colleagues, family, and you can listen on SoundCloud, YouTube, even on Facebook. Thanks for being there. Talk to you soon.